Welcome to Tiger Owl Second City. That's a Players Handbook. And in that type thing here, that is the mighty page 135. And it's probably hard to see that one there. Okay, here. That's the book there. And that is page 135. Then that's an attack roll type thing in that type of sense. Now, this is all said at once type thing in that type of thing. Just making this really complicated. Let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to switch here, and switch here, and switch here. Now, from that, when you say attack roll type thing, you're saying attack, and like a compound, it's one circle type thing in that type of sense. Like one molecule. But it really is type thing in that type of sense, a bunch of molecules type thing. That's D20. That's a BAB. And in that type of thing, that is a strength modifier type thing in that type of sense. So now we're going to take that, we're going to make that into a table type thing in that type of sense. Should put this in Excel. That's here, and it just drops down. That's D20. That's BAB. And that's strength modifier type thing in that type of sense for a melee attack. I usually look at dex type thing, but I'm going to look at strength for right now. And a short bit here. Okay, now from there, that's here. And that's one, that's the melee attack roll type thing in that type of sense. And there's your D20 type thing right there. Now, there's a plus symbol type thing. I'm going to skip over that. It's a D20 plus base attack bonus type thing here. And I've got another peg. And skip over the plus and a strength modifier. And boom. So now, in that type of sense, I've got 1, 2, 3 pegs type thing in that type of sense. I should have 3 variables to go place stuff in for. Now, that's a D20 type thing here. That's a D20. So that's a 20 type thing in that type of sense. And in that type of thing, let's go ahead and say that's a 14 type thing in that type of sense. And then boom, right there. Now, 14 type thing in that type of sense is equal to, that's 70% type thing in that type of sense is equal to X over a 20-sided die, 20 sides type thing in that type of sense. So what value gives us 70% of 20 sides? So now 70 divided by 100 type thing in that type of sense, which is difficult. Is 0.7, and then that's X over 20, and then now over there type thing, that's 20 times 0.7 type thing in that type of sense, and that's times 20, and that's equal to 14. So now that's a 20 type thing in that type of sense, and that's a 14. Boom. So now we're at 14, we're shooting for something like 15 or 17 armor class of something, which was not necessary in anything, and a skill check would be different. Now we need a base attack bonus type thing. I think I've got one of those here, and that's here. Switch over here. Now that's the fighter, and that's on page 36. If you play a lot of different classes like rogue or something like that, they've got a 0 in there, and they're 3/4, and a mage is half type thing in that type of sense. Now if you, in the context of base attack bonus, all classes should be at first level a base attack bonus of 0, and that is a 1 on fighter type thing, that type of sense, on page 39, and that's Ragdar type thing and D&D player's book type thing there. So I have my chart going, that's 14, and a base attack bonus of 1, that makes it 15. Now in that type of thing, you spent 5 points on your character out of 20 type thing in that type of sense. And you've got 15 remaining, and from that 15 remaining, you bought 5 type thing in that type of sense. Oh man, well, let's go through here type thing. Alright, let me get here. That's here. I have to put that down. Almost there. We've almost completed a chart type thing, as scary as this thing was. And that's here. That's here. Or it still is. That is here. Alright. Almost there. Let's see here. Gonna do a video on touch attack a little bit later type thing. Thought I had it, but no, I had it. Just looked at it. I just don't remember where I put it. It's 7, so is that right? Okay, I'm just gonna have to do it without it type thing. Should be nearby, but it's illusion. Papa. Source. Yes. Try to just one conversation here. Experience, point precise, and experience. Nope. Nada. Okay. So from that type thing, and here, that's here, and that's experience chart. That's first character level type thing, which is going from north to south type thing, from 1 to 20 type thing in that type of sense. And so from here, the only level that you're in at first level, here's your first level type thing, and that's the top and bottom of the chart type thing, which is at first level. Bottom of that thing says in that type of thing 20th level type thing in that type of sense, and that's first to 20th level, 0 to 190,000. So we're going to pull that out there, and in that type of thing, let's see here, that's points. You paid for an 18 type thing in that type of sense there, and that 18 points cost you as a 17 modifier. So we're going to pull that out here, and that's here. But on that table 1-1 type thing in that type of sense, that's an 18 modifier, -19 space, and then +4. So we have to put +4 in there type thing for an 18 strength, or in this type of case, we'll do a 16 type thing. So now a 16 here, a 16 score has a 10 modifier, it's 10 points type thing in that type of sense. So now here type thing, that's points. Let's see, to the word modifier, and both of them the same type thing, and they're not. So in that type of thing, that's score, and then modifier and points. Fairly complicated type thing in that type of sense. So then it's score, and then modifier and points type thing in that type of sense, and these are different. So now it's really points. I spend 10 points type thing in that type of sense to get a score of 16 type thing in that type of sense. So now I spent here a 10 to get a 16, and that 16 gives me a 16 to 17 with a +3 modifier type thing and that type of thing. So now you put in for your strength modifier type thing here, back to page 135, and on page 135, D20 plus base attack plus strength modifier type thing in that type of sense. So now got our base attack bonus, strength of 3, and a roll of 14 type thing in that type of sense, and that's exactly 17. And that's a hit type thing. I believe the hit goes to the person who's attacking and not to the defender type thing. But versus 15 type thing in that type of sense in a number line, that is the same number type thing. They're exactly the same. And you want to be closer to the president type thing. So in that type of thing, that's here type thing. That's here, that's a number line. And that is 17 there, right there, and 15. And I believe 15, the reason why they leave 0 on that type thing, because that's showing an echelon of celestial above the president type thing. I believe because 0 is not as big. And so they're trying to say that you want to go to the infinite on the other side type thing in that type of sense. So anything that's more to the right type thing than to the left towards the 0 type thing is a bigger number. That means 17 is more right than the 15 type thing, so 17 is bigger than 15 type thing in that type of sense, and that's enough to hit the armor class 15 type thing. Just in case it doesn't hit for a tie type thing in that type of sense, which I think it does. And so you keep entering that chart type thing in that type of sense with your roll. So now here, that's a roll of 18 type thing in that type of sense, plus 1, plus 3 type thing in that type of sense, and that's 4, and that's 22 type thing over 15 type thing in that type of sense. And let's do 22 now, here, and that's 15, and then here, that's 22. Like that. Now, I probably could have used some different push pins, but you get the idea type thing in that type of sense. Your BAB and your strength, along with your roll, allow you to qualify and make the hit. That's how you do an attack roll here. Let's pull this out, and here, and here, and one more here, and here. So now, on page 135, type thing in that type of sense, that's an attack roll, and that's your D20 plus base attack bonus plus strength modifier. Thanks, and have a great one. This has been Chad Brown with Tiger Owl, Second City.